How are you going to get out of this one?
Men peak at 35.
Who says that? What, gay New York Times reporter?
I want money! American money!
You don't need friends at work. You're talking too much to people.
It's almost impossible not to be a loser if you're surrounded by losers. Hey, son, I'll be proud of you no matter what. Just remember, follow your dreams. He's telling you you're going to be broke working at a GameStop. You can't drink, brother. You're trying to think yourself out of a hole. It's not happening. You're in the grips of the devil. Circle the 5 most important things. I want to build a race car. I want to sue a woman.
I work at GameStop, no good! Show me now how to make money!
Playing around like you have infinite time.
That's silly.
Silly Billy. Time waster shit. Are we now? We need to make money doing this or it's done. Are we making any money? How much did we make so far? $36? Okay, that works for me.
Sam, Jed, hey, hope you're all good. We're great.
I'm not. I'm down financially. Well, I should probably just get to work so that I can stop being poor. But first I need a pipe tamper. The perfect pipe tamper, the Uniball Onyx.
I'm friends with this guy who never cleans his house, does drugs. He's not a bad guy, but it's hard to watch someone do dumb shit and sabotage their own life. Thoughts?
I mean, if the person is destructive enough, you should probably just let them fade out of your life.
Yeah.
What Professor Joe Rogan says about how you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with.
Yeah.
That's extremely true. If you're surrounded by losers, you're probably a loser. It's almost impossible not to be a loser if you're surrounded by losers. If you're surrounded by winners, it's easier to become a winner. He destroys his cars.
Yeah.
I mean, I destroy my cars. I don't know what
Destroys his cars, does drugs.
I don't know what that has to do with anything. If it bothers you enough, if it seems like he's got a pathological thing, like he wants to destroy himself, then stay away. I would just let that friendship kind of wither, which is easy to do. Just stop texting him.
I'm a senior in high school with a rough year due to extreme anxiety and panic. I'm on a roll, but anxiety is preventing me from being my best. So awful for lowering my standards at only 17. I want to be great, not just okay. Help.
Get physical. Elliot Hulse has talked about this. If you look at a picture of the nervous system, like autopsies, your brain is not your brain and your body's not the body. They're so integrally linked that it's not possible to separate them. As Styx Hexenhammer 666 would say, they're twain.
Yeah.
Much like the amazing atheist and Reddit.
Yeah.
So if you like trying to think yourself out of a hole, it's not happening.
Yeah.
Especially if that hole is neurotic thought loops that like feed on themselves. You're not thinking your way out of that. You have to exercise, you have to move, you have to get your body involved. It's just a total fallacy that you can skate by without getting physical. You have to do it. I would say start working out so hard that you have no brain power left for being worried about shit. Make your neurosis go away through that, and then you can find normalcy later. I get the weed thing because there's occasionally people that are like functional weed smokers. Yeah. I think you should quit weed though. But the drinking, people who drink, are you crazy? What are you, an idiot? You can't, if you drink, you can't do anything. You can't do anything. Yeah. Drinking is like any hope that you have of doing something. It's just
drive.
Shut it. We can drive if you're drunk. You just got to be extra careful. But
no, you got to be good at it. And that
you got to be good at it.
At drunk driving, you have to drunk drive a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
All the old guys who like drive drunk all the time.
Well, they drive better drunk than they do sober.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as far as like getting your life together and being a functional human being, you can't drink, brother. You gotta stop drinking. It's going nowhere. It's gonna kill you. Drinking problem is the worst. That's like you're in the grips of the devil. How are you gonna get out of this one?
Yeah.
You better stop, bro.
How would somebody get sober?
Well, there's the 12-step Alcoholics Anonymous. The problem with that is that it's quasi-religious, and people I don't need God.
Yeah.
I can just drink. I'll do it with logic. You have to humble yourself and like accept that there's something higher than you. You can't if you don't do that, you're not going to get clean. Look up what the most statistically effective alcohol rehab is, or just be a man and stop. Be a fucking man. Grab your balls. Throw the booze out. Stop drinking. Addicted. I'm an alcoholic. Just stop.
Well, we wish you well, sir.
And we wish you Merry Christmas.
In that dark Swedish.
In those dark Swedish days.
Night.
Get a sun lamp, too. Get out of Sweden. You got to get out of Sweden, my guy.
How can I make over 100K if not incarcerated?
Change your mindset. Start being a animal. Stop making friends at work. Start going full crazy. Change who you are. Stop talking at work and start taking 10 more ups a week. Mandatory. 40 more ups you have to. And you have to chart your progress on how many more people you're talking to. Start to become a little bit more of an animal, or else you're just going to be a washed up car salesman. It's the worst. Don't sell cars if you're going to make 50 grand a year. And I say that all the time. If you don't need friends at work, you're talking too much to people. You're having too much fun.
That's a big one. Being buddies.
Yeah. You can take it, dude. No, you're going to go get it. Oh, no, there's a lady comes in, be all over it. Just be like, I need the money. And when your friends are getting weird with you for like making more money than them, your friends on the car dealership floor, just be like, dude, I need the money this month. Sorry, I need the money this year.
What's a good salary?
You should be making 90 plus.
90?
Yeah, you should be making like 80, 90, and then like once you make 90, you'll make 130, and then you'll just crush it. But you have to like, once you get in that race lane, you have to like take off. But you can't, if you're sitting, I've been in a dealership making 50 grand a year. I did it as just a job to, while we were doing, while I was working at Acura, while we were just in scrubs. But don't do that. You're wasting your time. You're there for 54 hours a week. Don't do that. You're making like $11 an hour if you do it like that.
It applies to a lot of stuff. You can solve a lot of problems just by putting the gas pedal down and like quit dicking around.
Yes.
Like playing around like you have infinite time.
That's silly. You're at a job. It sucks. You're getting yelled at by anybody. I know you're in Oklahoma. Just understand the route to sell. Learn how to sell 20 cars in a month, and like once you learn how to do that, that's it. It's just like a method, and you'll never go back. You'll never go back to doing like 6 cars because people go and they get comfortable and they're like, oh, I can just sit here. Hey, what's going on? You be aggressive. Like you got to be a little bit of a weirdo in car sales. It's not. I mean, I know I make it sound like I'm being a nice guy all the time, but sometimes I'm a psychopath.
No, you were not. You were nice in the sense that like people liked you.
Yeah.
But I remember your grind set. You were not a nice.
No,
you were like aggressive.
Yeah. I would like take a pen and stick it in my coworker's back.
Aggressive.
My boss knows. He's a psychopath. Yeah. He knows. He liked it.
Fighting for your time. Do you plan your day out at night? That's a huge thing.
Yep. Most of the time.
If at night you write down a list of what you're going to do tomorrow,
I got everything I got to get done tomorrow.
That's a huge one.
And then that's on a paper that's downstairs.
Yeah.
And then next to my bed is I have one of those black and white composition books.
You got
I go
ideas?
through them like crazy, just ideas.
Oh, man.
And all these things like that.
That's
You know what I
cool.
mean? When I get ready to go, like I'm decompressing from the day.
Yeah.
Ideas are swirling. I got a couple other books on the side table over there that inspirational quotes, stuff that Churchill said back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, you know, to get the troops together.
Yeah.
When they're at their all-time low, stuff like that. And then when I pop the idea comes in, composition book comes out, bang. That stays up there. I wake up, spend like 5 minutes, 10 minutes to get my together in the morning, look at my ideas again, and then boom, it focuses me to get into where I'm going to go.
31 with a 3-year-old son in a decent job, still with the mom. She's great. I'm having trouble quitting youthful artistic pursuits. Should I give all that up and just stack bread? Seems selfish not to.
You should give all that up and stack bread.
Yeah.
That sounds like silly Billy time waster shit. So give that up immediately. Write down the top 5 things or the top whatever. Look up the thing. Look up what the thing is. I don't remember what it is. You write down the top 25 whatever things you want to achieve or whatever, and then you cross out the 20 that are not in the top 5. So the top 5 for you: stack bread, don't fuck it up with your chick, take care of your kid, whatever the top 5 things are that you actually need to do. I'm not reading this from online or anything. This is my own idea that I came up with. You guys are gonna write down a list of your top 25 goals. I'm making this up right now, by the way, but this is how smart I am. You're gonna write down a list of your top 25 goals. Every 25, I wanna build a race car. I wanna become the world's first heavyweight F1 driver. I wanna sue a woman. I want to, top 25 things that I wanna do. Circle the 5 most important things, and these can be your most urgent goals or the ones that are your highest priority.
He says, should he go to law school? Both of his parents are attorneys.
Yeah. Ask your parents.
They could probably help you do it.
Everybody's got to start being more like a Laotian immigrant. You got to take advantage of your family. You got to, get with the program here. If your dad says some bullshit like you just follow your heart and your destiny and it'll align the way you want it to, that's for someone in the 50s. If you follow your dreams and your heart in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, you'd be okay. You could do whatever you want. You could make money working at a bookstore. I think I want to be a poet. But no, it's immigrant time. It's Laotian immigrant time. If you ask yourself, hey Dad, what should I do with my life? And he gets back to you, hey son, I'll be proud of you no matter what. Just remember, follow your dreams. He's telling you you're gonna be broke working at a GameStop. So it's time to get in his face and go,
No, I'm not. No poverty. I want money. American money.
That's where you say exactly like that to your dad. Get the real advice.
You show me now how you make American money. Show me money. How you make? Sure, work at GameStop no good. Show me now how make money. No work at food cart.
Hey, Dad, that's all fun and games, but if I want to make money, if I want an actual career, can you show me the ropes maybe? What do I do here, big guy? You can always ask your employer what you can do to do a better job. Another good thing. As long as it's not like an obvious, like, hey, I want to know what I can do to be better. Like, that's just like, get out of here. That's but you can always say, hey man, I want to make my skill set more valuable. I want to take my career to the next level. Is there anything that like if there was something that I should focus on, what would it be? Like, what new skill would you want me to learn? What would you want me to do better? I'm not saying this because I'm looking for a raise right now. I literally just want to become more valuable.
I think that's one of the best things to do too.
We got Ike Burner with the 20. I resell comics and video games for a living. I make $50K a year doing this, but I'm thinking about getting a new day job to double these numbers. Thoughts?
I mean, how are you making $50,000 a year selling used video games? I mean, if you're already, it sounds like a massive amount of money to be. Is that on like Whatnot or something? I mean, if you're already doing that, why not just do it more?
Yeah.
Like, is there a limit to how many used video games you can buy? If you have your own small business that makes $50K a year, just keep doing it till it makes $250K a year.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like a day job would just subtract.
Yeah, why would you get a day job that's going to ruin your life if you're already making enough? Just make your business bigger. If you're in your early 20s, there's a time where you do want to have that soul-crushing corporate job. If you're doing something that aligns with it, like if you're doing software, you want to do software on your own, it makes sense to do a soul-crushing corporate job because you pick up things about how corporations run things that would otherwise not be, that information would not be accessible to you if you went indie now. Figure out what this company's doing right, what this company's doing wrong, who they subcontract stuff to, and the boring details that are not in a tutorial and they're not in a classroom about how like companies invoice people and treat people and hire people. And that's something that helped me with graphic design. I did motion graphics for sports stadiums, and it was awful. It was just shit work. But I picked up a lot of things there that helped me in my career since then.
I'm 24, started pool work at 21, and have enough knowledge I can solve most issues. Looking to start my own business. But you mentioned skill ceilings for careers. Of course I get a crew once I have enough work. Bad idea? Thanks, peace.
Why would that be a bad idea?
Because you had mentioned in a previous stream that there's high skill ceilings for careers.
Well, you got to think about your total addressable market, and just this is pen and paper math. Like, how many people in your area can you find that need pool? And if you already have skills as a pool cleaner, you would know this to some extent. You could just ask. Go get you can ask. You can find this information out anyway. But find out how many people there are who need pool done. What's a reasonable like hourly rate, like a cap that you could do? Could you? And if your hourly rate is limited, could you hire a lesser skilled guy to do the work for you? Just do the numbers. Like it's not hard to do this. How many people? How much would they pay? How much would it cost to outsource that labor to somebody else? How many could you have running at any given time per month? Could you start a pool cleaning company and take home $15,000 a month, like pay, like your cut from that business? Just do the math. And if the answer is no, then do something else.